Welcome to Drs Homestead. My name's Daniel, and this is Angler April 2023, brought to you by 9 Acre Family Farms. I wanted to thank Dale and Lisa for inviting us to the collaboration. We're making fish, so this is going to be a honey pepper salmon sheet pan meal. So we're going to kind of mix everything up for you. I like salmon. I actually lived in the Pacific Northwest for a couple years, and the salmon up there is amazing. You can just catch it with a stick. You don't even need a rod. That's not what this is, but this is wild caught salmon. So I'm sure it's going to be almost just as good as the stuff we used to pull it out the river, and you just throw it on the barbecue for about 15 seconds and it was done, ready to go. This was wild caught according to the package, and I did get it out of the freezer section, right? So pretty much the same as a fresh catch from the rivers and streams up near Seattle and in the mountains and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in here. So I got a couple phases. I've got my fresh wild caught salmon here, and then I've got some vegetables that we're gonna mix in. So it's a honey pepper sheet pan meal. So first I'm going to make a bit of a, you could call it a glaze or a marinade. I'm going to make it all in this little pan and then kind of marinate everything in it. So we're going to start with some oil. This is an olive oil, so we want to put some olive oil here in the pan. About that much. We're going to do about that much olive oil. What should we do next? We'll do a little bit of lime, a little lime juice. So we'll do about that much lime juice right there. Now I do like garlic. Certainly we want to have the garlic flavor in there. We're going to put some garlic in here. We'll put it right here, make sure you can see what we're doing. Ooh, it smells good. This isn't exactly fresh garlic, but that much somewhat fresh garlic. All right. So we got some onions, so we're just going to go ahead and dump. That's about a half an onion, chopped up, expertly chopped onion. So I want to get some honey in here because I did say honey pepper. Now this is Jake's Place, Texas honey. Great friend, great honey. He does his own beekeeping. So if you get a chance, it's very limited quantities, limited batch because he only has so many hives. Great honey. Check out Jake's Place, Texas. So we're going to put about that much honey in there. Alright, so what are we missing? We're missing the spicy pepper jelly. So we made this from peppers we grew in our own garden. Great stuff. We grew Tabasco peppers, we grew some jalapeno peppers. Smells great, looks great. So it is actually a kind of a Tabasco pepper mix. So I'm just going to put that much in there. Alright, if you want the recipe, you're going to have to keep up. A little bit of pepper, fresh ground, only the finest pepper kernels in there. We got all sorts of great pepper colors. Putting some paprika in here. About that much paprika. Show it to you if you're not sure how much paprika we put in there. And we're going to do a little bit of salt, and this of course is the fine Himalayan salt, seasoned, aged for about 85 million years, so you know it's the good Himalayan salt. Alright, so we have our marinade here. Just going to mix it up. And what we're going to want to do is first we're going to coat the vegetables with this. And if we have to, we can mix up another batch. Alright. This is just kind of our marinade. Want to get a nice little coating on everything. Perfect. And I'm using parchment paper on the sheet pan. Hopefully makes cleanup a little bit easier. Fresh frozen vegetables. We're going to start with Brussels sprouts. Everybody loves Brussels sprouts. Dump that in here. So now we're just going to give them a nice coat or honey pepper marinade. Alright, so when you lay them out, this is going to cook first, the Brussels sprouts and the vegetables. We'll put it in at 400 for about 12 minutes, and then we're going to come back and add the salmon to the same tray. Do it for about another 15 minutes. So what I'm getting at with that is you're going to want to leave room kind of in the middle of the tray here for your salmon fillets, fresh, wild caught, frozen salmon fillets. Pick those up at Walmart. Alright, so we have our seasoned marinated Brussels sprouts, still plenty of mix left. Now we're going to hand pick some asparagus, put that in here. Alright. Also marinated in our honey pepper blend marinade. Same thing, we're going to put them on the pan. Alright, slightly marinated. And I'll just make another batch for the salmon. This looks pretty good. I don't want to hold back on the flavor here. Oh yeah, that's coming together nice. Alright guys, I'll show you what you have. Follow the recipe carefully. These are your vegetables seasoned. And we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven at 400 for about 12 minutes. And then we'll go ahead and pull that out and we're going to add the salmon. Alright, since we used up all our yummy marinade on the vegetables, we're going to go ahead and make another batch. We're starting with extra virgin olive oil. Honestly, I don't know. I know it's olive oil. I didn't really ask anything else. We have some real lime juice. Want a little lime in there. We're going to put some of Jake's Place honey. Nice squirt of honey because it is in the name. We did call it honey pepper salmon. So now we're going to come in on the pepper jelly. So it's a mix of Tabasco and a couple other jellies here. Come back in with the garlic. About that much garlic. More or less depending on if you actually like garlic. If you don't like garlic, I wouldn't put a lot in there. Give it some fresh pepper. Artisanally ground. Alright, we got some Himalayan salt. Just a little of salt. And we're going to give it some paprika. Alright, see about that much. Once again, that's your ingredients here. We're going to go ahead and zhuzh this up together. And when that's done with the 12 minutes, we're going to go ahead and get the salmon in here. Give it a nice coating. See, we're incorporating the ingredients with my fork. It's going to be pretty good. So it reminds me of the days in the Pacific Northwest, eating fresh salmon, maybe an hour. Talking hour-old salmon is pretty fresh, really. So it was so good. All right, you can see my ingredients are all incorporated. Got the mixing tool here. Keep my hands clean with the rag. Let's go ahead and let's just drop our salmon in here. We'll let it swim around a little bit in the marinade. It's our first little piece of salmon. Look at that, so cute. Goes in there. You can tell it's fresh because it was frozen in these individual baggies. That's how you know it's the good stuff. Yeah, a cute little piece of salmon. Oh, there's got another one. Nice little bit of salmon here. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to let that swim around in the marinade, mix it up a little bit. I suppose you don't want to be too aggressive mixing the salmon because you can break them in half pretty easily. So we're going to get gently marinate the salmon. So we got a few minutes left on the timer. I'm not going to make you sit with me, but we'll come back when the timer beeps. While we're waiting for the vegetables to cook, I think we got a couple minutes left. I did want to tell you about Fishin Salmon up in Washington up there. I think the biggest one we got, so this was a tough story, tough fight. Had to drop the elbow on it. As I said, you could catch salmon up there. You didn't even need a stick. You didn't need a pole. You could just jump in and grab them. Pretty sure it was this big. Came in, elbow, took it out. It was a fight. It was a struggle. I got it out of the water. So great. Go. Actually smells pretty good, guys. Pretty good. We're getting there. So those are tasty vegetables, everyone's favorite Brussels sprouts. And we just threw some avocado in there just for looks. So my salmon's been swimming away in my marinade. So we're gonna go ahead and drop it on here on the pan. Towards the middle, I think. That looks pretty good. And we're just going to put the rest of the marinade on here. We don't want to lose any of that. We want more on the vegetables. Don't lose any of that. So here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and put it in for 15 minutes at 400. I'm going to actually wash my hands before I do. I don't want to mess up my hot pads. We got about 8 minutes left on the salmon, and I wanted to go back to that story I told you about catching the salmon with the elbow. I think he said it was this big. I'm pretty sure it was actually about this big now that I'm thinking about it, because I kind of had to grab it like that to get the salmon out of the water. So I'm pretty sure I might have said this big, but I'm feeling like it was a full size. It was probably about that big. Once again, elbow on the salmon. So we got about 7 minutes here, so I'll go ahead and come on back. Just wanted to make sure I got that story right. Hey, you remember that giant salmon we caught up in Washington? Yeah. No, right, the elbow. I had to get it with the elbow. Yeah, do you remember how big that was? No, they're never going to believe that. You think 4 feet? All right, I'm going to tell them I think it was 4 feet. You sure? You totally 100% sure? All right, 4 feet? All right, hang on. I got to let him know. We're saying 4 feet. He's pretty sure it was about 4 feet, 80, 85? 80, you seriously? 85 pounds? 85 pounds, 4 feet. But the elbow, right? Yeah, no, you remember the elbow. Drop the elbow on it. That was a big one. That one was a struggle. All right, guys, the alarm just went off. We'll go ahead and pull it out. Let's see what we got. Alright, so this is Angler April 2023. Once again, wanted to thank Lisa and Dale for inviting us to the collaboration. Make sure to check out the other videos in the collaboration and check out their channel for more information about the giveaway. You don't want to miss any of this angler action. So this is your sheet pan honey pepper salmon. Honestly, it looks pretty good. We got some mixed greens that we had in the freezer, so I'm going to go ahead and cut and just do a nice little zoom in so you can see what we got. So we're going to give it a second to cool off, and then we'll go ahead and taste it. Honestly, it looks pretty good. See the vegetables, little brown on some of them, but I think in general they're pretty good. And the fish honestly turned out all right. It's a little steamy. No, the flavors came through. It's really good. Once again, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Yeah, you remember that giant salmon we caught? Yeah, no, we can never forget about that. Right, yeah, great white. Big as a great white, right? Yeah, no, I remember that. The elbow. No, I told him about the elbow, and then, yeah, I forgot. We had to cut it in half. It wouldn't fit in the back of the truck unless we cut it in half. I don't know how I forgot about that. I'll have to tell him.
It's really good. I don't like salmon, but that's good. You can cook anytime you want now, because that's really good. It's good, baby. You want some? Yeah, I'll give you a Brussels sprout. There you go. Eat your veggies, baby girl.